Always a treat to see a daytime ball game here, Fenway Park in Boston, Mass. Should be a good one here this afternoon between the Toronto Blue Jays and the Boston Red Sox. Should see some great battles out of these two next on the show. David Price gets the ball for the Red Sox in this one. EK, what do you got?
Well, guys, when you talk about starting pitchers, he's one of the most consistent there is in the game. He's got a career ERA in the low 3s. I expect him to throw a good ball game here in this one.
Kevin Pillar makes his way to the plate, and we are ready for some daytime baseball.
For Toronto, center fielder, Kevin Pillar.
Out in front of it, strike one.
First pitch, 1 o'clock.
Price is ready. Here's the 0-1. Chopped foul right at home plate. On its way, the 0-2 pitch. And he reaches for one out of the zone and misses rather badly for the first out. With that, a look at John Gibbons' lineup for the visiting Blue Jays. Thoughts, EK? Anyone stand out?
Yeah, Matt, I cannot wait to get a look at Josh Donaldson, the bringer of rain. He's one of the best clutch hitters in baseball. If they can get guys on base ahead of him, they'll have a great chance to hang a crooked number on the board.
Josh Donaldson is in now as he watches a pitch for ball one. Our temperature at first pitch and even 70 degrees here this afternoon. Good swing, just got to try and straighten that one out. Foul right at the plate. The count moves now to 1-2. Still 1-2 as he fouls it away. Chopped toward the second baseman. There is Pedroia on to first, and the Price is right here, 2 away. And with a quick breather here, take a look at the Red Sox on defense. It's brought to us by Majestic. EK, what do you got?
Well, Matty, Pablo Sandoval is one of the most surprising players for what he can do defensively. He doesn't have the speed or quickness to cover much ground, but he makes up for it with cat-like reflexes, situational awareness, and a very, very strong arm.
Jose Bautista gets his first opportunity now in the top of the first with nobody on. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. Swing and a line drive to left. Leaps and makes a terrific catch. And with that, the side is retired. Another look as he goes way up to get that one at short. It's on to the bottom of the first. No score on the show. Marcus Stroman is ready to go as he'll be on the mound for Toronto. Eric, any thoughts?
Well, remember, guys, he's a young pitcher, still garnering a lot of experience, and he has a lot of upside. If he continues to improve, he's going to be around this league for a very long time. I can't wait to watch him in this one.
Mookie Betts comes to the plate to lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Mookie Betts.
First pitch hack in here, and that's the first strike. That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2.
And against a guy like this, you're usually only going to get one pitch to hit in that bat. Sometimes you might not even get that, so that's one he may want back.
Hit on the ground to short. Tulowitzki is up with it. Throw on to first by Tulowitzki is in time for route number 1. Now a chance here from Fenway to take a look at John Farrell's starting lineup card. Who do you have your eye on, EK?
You know, I'm really excited to have the chance to watch Xander Bogaerts do his thing. He's a catalyst for this offense when his bat is hot. Just needs to keep having good at-bats.
Striding into the box, Dustin Pedroia. He'll get to take his first cuts here. Chop foul right at home plate at strike 1. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And here's one that misses to Pedroia, and the count evens at 1-1. Time for a look at our umpires in this one. Behind the plate is James Kingsley.
Yeah, guys, he's a very solid umpire. Well respected for the strike zone he calls and the consistency he brings to the job.
Tapper right back to the mound. On to first, and there were 2 down. With a moment now, let's give you a look at the defensive alignment for the Blue Jays. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric, what do we need to know?
Well, guys, the center fielder in this one, as good as anybody out there in the field. Has a lot of speed, can cover a lot of ground, and most importantly, he's very reliable.
Xander Bogaerts gets his first cuts now. The bases are empty, and there are 2 away here in the opening frame.
Yeah, nothing doing so far here. He kind of needs to put up a tough at-bat right here just to make this guy work a little bit.
And he takes ball 1.
I think that's consistent with how the strike zone gets called nowadays. You know, that's a strike in the rule book, but most umpires won't give you that pitch anymore.
Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
And you go back to the call on that very first pitch, how important that was. Now instead of a 1-1 count, you're at 2-0 with a really dangerous hitter up there.
3-0 now.
I think at this point, a 2-out walk isn't the worst thing in the world. You'd like to avoid it if you can, but this can be a dangerous spot if you just groove one.
2 out, nobody on. And there's a strike as he'll try to work his way back. It's 3-1.
A little bit of hang time there to that curveball. I don't think that's exactly where he's going to want to throw that pitch going forward. It worked out right there, but he better find a little extra snap on that pitch in the future.
And this is down at the knees, but called a strike. Wow, it's 3-2 now.
And after that call, you know he's got to be turning around to say something like, hey, you know what? This guy doesn't need any help.
Hit to first. Colabello comes up with it. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. Red Sox go down 1-2-3. After 1, no score. Edwin Encarnacion makes his way to the plate. He'll get us started here in the top of the second.
And this is a guy that can make a big change in this game with one swing of the bat because you know he has big-time power.
Price into his motion. Here's the first pitch. Second inning starts with a fastball that misses. It's 1-0. First 2 pitches off the mark here. It's 2-0. From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. Too far out in front that time. He can't keep it fair. 2-1. Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball.
Not only do you not want to lose this guy, you got more trouble right there in the on-deck circle.
Fastball is taken for a strike, and he runs it full 3-2.
That's one of those fastballs that just never feels like it's going to be a strike. It's up at the letters, and that's a tough one to do anything with.
Full count, here it comes. Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. And that misses for ball 4, so it's a leadoff walk here to start the second.
Hey, you know what? That's all right. You gave him a pretty good battle up there, and he never gave in to him. A walk you can work around. A home run, you can't.
Troy Tulowitzki gets his first shot here with a man on following the leadoff walk.
And you know, guys, we talk about it all the time. Leadoff walks are so dangerous, and we'll see if they can take advantage of this one.
First pitch coming, here it is. The fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1-0. And a strike to even the count. 1-1.
Yeah, showing no fear there. He put the pitch right at the letters away, but that guy didn't want any part of it.
No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
Well, sometimes you just let a guy work his own way into trouble and then take advantage.
Still looking for our first hit in the ball game. Here's a big swing and a miss on the fastball. 2-2.
And this is a guy who will not get cheated up there, and he almost came out of his shoes on that one.
Chop fouled over towards the coaching box. All even at 2-2. Here it is. This is hit high and deep out to left. Ranging back is Bradley. Gone. Over the monster for a home run. A 2-run home run for Troy Tulowitzki as the Blue Jays take a 2-0 advantage.
Well, you can hang part of the blame for this one on the leadoff walk, but I suppose you could also hang some of the blame on the fact that this pitch is right in his wheelhouse. He makes sure he doesn't miss it.
Batting sixth.
Stepping in now, Chris Colabello.
Chris Colabello.
As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. Called strike 0-2.
And you know, I think it's going to be important that when guys get their pitches, they take advantage. There it looked like he was taken all the way, and he may not get another pitch that catches that much of the plate.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Not a bad pitch there with 2 strikes, but it misses. 1-2. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
That's a good location for that cutter with 2 strikes. He's either got to take that and hope it's a ball, or he's got to foul that thing off.
Bases are empty here, nobody out. Now Price misses here on 2-2, and he runs it full. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
So many times pitchers will get ahead and they'll start to mess around, and the next thing you know, it's a full count like it is here.
Still hanging with him. Another good swing to keep it going. Boy, good cutting action to that pitch as that's the first out of the inning.
Well, this is how you got to do it in this league. If you give up a 2-run home run, you got to just move on quickly. He's still upset about it, don't get me wrong, but It's when you dwell on it that you get yourself into more trouble.
Into the box now, Michael Saunders, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. And he'll power in a fastball that time at 94 for strike one. Oh, good spot on the black for strike two.
And they may have found a location that they like right here. Two different pitches, both taken on the inside corner, and now they can go just about anywhere they want.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch. 0-2 is a fastball that misses inside. 1-2 now.
And I think that might have been a little bit of a purpose pitch right there up in the zone. Now I think he's going to come back down with something to try to get that strikeout.
A great pitch there as he couldn't get extended on that one, and he's down on strikes for the second out.
You want to talk about throwing a fastball in a guy's kitchen? He came in, sat down, had a cup of coffee with him. You aren't going to tie a guy up any better than that.
Russell Martin now. As the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball one. Bases are empty here with two men out. Chop foul at the plate, strike one. Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. Tap foul at home plate. Two out, nobody on. Protecting with two strikes, went out of the zone that time, but he stays alive. And they'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2.
Well, he might have just said, look, you're going to have to take this one because you ain't fouling that one off.
And he gives this one a pretty good ride down the left field line. And this had home run distance, but it just does hook foul. Bases are empty here with two men out. Frozen on the fastball. Never had a chance, and the inning is over. Jays strike for a couple as you get another look at the two-run dinger. On to the bottom of inning number two. It's now 2-0 Blue Jays. David Ortiz strides into the box now to lead off the home half of the second inning.
Designated hitter, David.
Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. Curveball just misses apparently. 1-0.
Well, that's a pretty good spot to try and lock him up inside, but you know he can turn on that location if that's out over the plate.
He's ready. Here's the 1-0. Hit sharply toward the right side. A dive, but he can't get it. It's through into the outfield.
Down 2-0 here early. They get the leadoff man on to start the second. We'll see how they want to play things from here.
Hanley Ramirez will get his first cuts here. And this is low, ball one. One 1-0 pitch on the way. That's inside. 2-0.
And this is what you got to do up there, Steve. you gotta wait him out.
Yeah, and if you can lay off the off-speed stuff, that's when you're going to get your fastball to hit.
Down low, and the plot thickens here, 3-0.
And if you're wondering, this is a straight green light here. When your star's up there, you bet he's swinging if it's good.
He's set. Here's the 3-0. And he will take ball 4. First and second now with nobody out.
And he's saying, give me a break. I mean, that pitch is right there. And I tell you, though, complaining like that is only going to squeeze that strike zone a little more.
Pablo Sandoval will stand in, and his guys have got something cooking now with 2 on and nobody out.
And down by 2, this is a good opportunity to try to put yourselves level.
Breaking ball for a strike, 0-1.
Ah, good pitch right there, right on the heels of a walk. He needed to get ahead of the next guy, and he did just that.
Here comes the 0-1. Hard hit ball to second, and that's through into right field for a base hit. And no sense risking anything here as the bases will be loaded now with still nobody out.
And this is a common trap you can fall into on the mound. When you freeze a guy once with a curveball, the tendency is to go right back to it. But he says you're not going to fool me twice. He gets himself a base hit.
So striding in, Rusney Castillo, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. And obviously looking for the ground ball here as this misses low. It's 1-0.
Well, right here is where you've got to be smart out there. They've got nowhere to put you, so we probably won't be working the corners.
That evens it up, 1-1. 1-1, here it is. And this one's up around the eyes, 2-1.
Now the pressure will really start to mount out there. That strike zone's going to feel like it's the size of a soup can right now.
He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. In the air to center field and deep back is the center fielder. Back he goes, but this is going to be a home run. So he promptly unloads the bases with that one, and it'll leapfrog him out in front to a 4-2 lead.
Yeah, 2 hits and a walk got him into this mess, and this isn't going to help matters as he's forced to come in with this one, and it gets turned around for a grand slam.
Into the box now, Blake Swihart.
Number 23.
As he'll go after the first pitch and bounce one foul for the first strike. 4 runs here in this half inning. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Can't quite get around in time to keep it fair, and it remains 0-2. Looking to put him away. Here's the 0-2. Lifted the other way to left center. Pillar's there. Looks it into his glove, and there's one gone.
Batting ninth, the fielder, Jackie Bradley Jr.
Jackie Bradley Jr. stands in. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Cut fastball taken for strike one.
And you kind of wonder if he's learned anything out there. There's another pitch right down the middle. I think he's lucky that that one didn't get hit a long way.
Tried to hold back, but this is popped up. And he'll lunge out of the crouch to make the play for out number two.
Now batting,
Mookie Betts will dig in again. He grounded out to start the home first.
Not really a good at-bat there. Forget getting out, but he didn't see any pitches as well.
Drops in a strike to start the at-bat. 0-1. And he falls behind 0-2. 2 out, nobody on. Chop foul at the plate, and we'll do it again. Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. But the damage done as the Red Sox get 4 thanks to the grand slam. One last shot for the Jays coming up. It's now 4-2 Boston. Welcome back to Fenway Park as we continue our coverage of Major League Baseball on the show. Ryan Goins steps in here to start out their half of the third. Top of the order to follow.
And you know he's the number 9 hitter, but you've got to go to the plate right now thinking like a leadoff guy. Just find a way to get on base and then give those 1, 2, 3 guys a chance to drive you in or do something.
In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. And, oh, he can't get out of the way of that one, so the leadoff man will be on to open the frame.
You just don't see that, like, ever. Not in that situation, not in that count. That's a big break from an offensive standpoint. Now you've got to find a way to make that hurt somehow.
Kevin Pillar will dig in for a second time. A strikeout victim opening up the ball game.
You just don't like to get beat on a fastball in that situation. I got to believe they'll go right after him again.
Price pauses. First pitch on the way. And he gets ahead here with the fastball. Strike one.
That's what you need to do after a hit by pitch. Get right back on that horse and fire a fastball in there.
Nobody out, runner on first. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Calling for it, Betts. Makes the play, 1 away.
the batter number 20, third baseman Josh Donaldson.
Josh Donaldson stands in. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out.
And Matt, with the double play in order, they'll obviously be looking to induce another ground ball out of him right here.
Now a fastball a bit too low here. It's ball 1. Hit the other way out toward right field. Under it, Castillo, and Rusney has it for out number 2.
The right fielder number 19, Jose Bautista.
Jose Bautista stands in for the second time. Hit it hard, but lined out in his first at-bat.
And Matt, you know what? It's always a little frustrating when you square one up, you hit a solid live drive somewhere, and all you get to show for it is a nice little jog right back to the dugout. That can get in your head a little bit after a while.
First pitch here misses wide, 1-0. Downstairs, 2 balls and no strikes. A runner on first with 2 away. Over the outside half, and it's 2-1.
Yeah, the best way to neutralize this guy's power, just keep putting pitches right there.
Now a swing and a ground ball. This should do it. Throw on to second for the force, and the ball game is over.
Yeah, and you know this home crowd is going to get to drive home happy as their guys come through with a very good win.
Before we take our leave, time for a look at our final line score here in what turned out to be a close 2-run victory. An entertaining game all in all, so if we have to choose one who stood out among all others, why not go with this man right here? He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, he was definitely a big part of this victory. You see there, 4 RBIs for him in the ball game. He came through when they needed him to, and he was instrumental in the win.
So that'll just about do it. For Eric Harrow, Steve Lyons, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. For more, don't forget to check out theshownation.com. The Red Sox win it 4-2. So long from Fenway.
The final line score for this afternoon's ball